welcome back to the Responsibly Rowdy podcast. I am Stephen Callahan, and I've got the one and only, my main man, Cameron, over on the couch with me today. I'm super excited to have you, Cam. Thanks for joining us.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited to shoot the shit a little bit.
We finally got some time in your schedule to come and join us on the couch.
In my schedule.
Super excited about that.
Awesome. Good stuff.
I know a lot of you guys that follow Tennessee Hills and been a part of our journey for many years now. You got to be familiar. If you know anything about Tennessee Hills, you got to be familiar with this guy right here, especially this face. And so going back to the Jonesborough days, right about the time we were really percolating, you became a very important figure to the Tennessee Hills brand. And so, Cam, welcome to the couch.
Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, I'm super excited. You know, a lot of employees out there are super jealous because they're like, hey, man, how do we get out on the couch? How do we do that? I'm like, well, you know, you got to get in line because there is some method to the madness here. And, you know, Cam, when it comes to Tennessee Hills, man, it's you, our brewers, our distillers, Lauren, we can't forget Lauren. Sure. Mm-hmm. Some of the OGs that's been around, even like since the brewery got started, you know, Jenny and Cass and all those guys. Yeah. And, hey, you guys are going to see all those guys eventually, but we had to open it up to Cam. And so, Cam, tell us kind of the background story. Where did you come from? Were you born in Tennessee?
So I was born in Indiana, moved down to Tennessee at a pretty young age.
Hoosiers, baby. Right?
That's right, man.
Congratulations to the Hoosiers out there. Big win for you guys. Great season. 16-0, baby.
Unreal.
Way to finish a season. That's fantastic. Yeah.
See, I'm a Notre Dame fan. I don't want to talk about that this year. I've never rooted for a good team. I'm not going to start now. But yeah, my grandpa moved down. We followed him. All of us been in Tennessee for a while. I actually went to high school in Morristown, which is funny because Jake also, we just found out a few months ago that we went to the same high school.
Yeah. So Jake, you guys are basically related, right?
Something like that.
Pretty much blood, you know?
Yeah, we went to the same high school. Had no idea until a few months ago, but I moved up in Johnson City in 2011 and kind of just stuck around after college. You know, I bartended. I used to joke, say I've been fired from every bar around town.
Well, you know, that's not hard to do, I don't think. You know, man. Not hard to do.
No, not at all.
But anyway, Cam, so, you know, you've been in the picture with Tennessee Hills for about 5 years now, I believe. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be 5 years this year.
Crazy to believe because that was about the time that we were getting the Jonesborough bar open.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how you came in the picture. You want to tell folks how we met in the bar one night?
Yeah, so I was working at a bourbon bar and you actually came in. We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
And you sat down, you just asked me about a whiskey and I told you about that one. And then you asked me about another whiskey and I told you about that one.
Yep.
And you were like, dude, I need you to come work for me. And I was like, well, who the hell are you, man? Like, I had no idea. And, super cool to see when
obviously you wasn't over the ordering procurement side of it because we would have already been behind the bar though. But yeah, we just hit it off.
We had a good start and then I came in. You had a small crew there. Most of that crew's not here, you know, shuffling in the beginning stages. Like you
said, you know, worked at every bar in town. We went through those guys. You know, we never were really keen on hiring people that were set in their ways. But you kind of broke the mold, man. You came in and you ran the bar very well, became manager of the bar.
Yeah.
And also, I gotta say, man, that was some of the most rowdy times, maybe not in the history of Tennessee Hills, but in the history of Jonesborough.
I think so, man. I came in on the tail end of that when it was super rowdy. When you guys were your tight-knit crew, I came in on the tail end of it before we started thinking about Johnson City and having that move forward. And, dude, I remember nights standing on the bar yelling at everybody in Jonesborough, like, if you don't work here or fuck somebody that works here, I need you to get out, dude. Like, we closed 3 hours ago.
Yeah, man. So that was, that's really cool you brought that up because that was kind of before Johnson City happened. That was before Bristol was even a thought.
Yeah.
And that was our sole source of income. And we were trying to make a name for ourselves, man. It was kind of like, you know, singers going out and just playing their hearts out every single night on stage and seeing what happens. And we were drawing massive crowds. And it was,
that place was
the
packed,
Wild,
man.
Wild West, baby.
I remember one night it was like 1 in the morning, and I was like, my shift ended at 11. I was still there, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going home. I'm leaving at this point. You pour your own drinks. I'll be back in the morning to take care of whatever mess you leave behind. You leave it, and I'll be here to take care of it. And I did. I came in the next morning, and from end to end of the bar was dirty glassware.
My bad. My bad. Yeah. So speaking of which, kind of one of my favorite memories was coming in and you were hungover as hell. Remember that,
dude? So that was a Sunday, and you never knew when you were going to pop in. So I was there damn near every day because you were working on Johnson City already. So I was kind of holding that fort down. Yeah. And there was one day, it was Sunday, about 15 minutes before the bar opened. I had all the lights shut off. I had no music playing. I'm leaning over the bar. I'm trying to keep my shit together because I was so hungover. And you walk in, you're like, let's go, dude. It's Sunday fun day. And I was like, man.
Sunday fun day.
I was like, I don't know if I can make it. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this. And you looked me dead in the eyes. You put out 4 shot glasses and you filled them all full of whiskey. And you said, would you rather be hungover today or hungover tomorrow? And you slammed 2 back to back. So I was like, I guess I'd rather be hungover tomorrow. You know, I got a shift to work. So I knocked him back.
It's a 3-day weekend. We're going to have one hangover for sure. Yeah. But yeah, man. Well, so we kind of coined the term responsibly rowdy coming out of Jonesborough because we were very rowdy. And that's what grew the business, man. And so, you know, as we were taking the next phases to building the brand, so going to Johnson City, you kind of held the fort down, right? And so you managed the bar, but then also you kind of really leaned into coaching others what the Tennessee Hills experience should be and help mold our customer experience and training our other staff. So you went from the bar side and then you went to the tasting bar side. And I think that really plays into where you're at now.
Well, dude, it's cool. It's a story 100%, but having a story that you can get people to relate to, you know, like when people think of Tennessee Hills, I don't want them to think like, oh, beer or that's another liquor. Like I want them to think about what we are and what we do, you know, whether it's football or live music or dancing on the bar. It's something, it's an experience every time. Not just another bar you go to get a happy hour drink at.
Well, you know, one thing you can say about us, and one thing that, you know, every time we go out to do an event, you know, we're very authentic. You know, we create the lore. You know, we don't invent it. And you're very important, and some others too. Lauren is part of our what we call our travel team. And you know, so we kind of create our own lore and be very authentic as a brand. And you know, we're not some other brands that have been around for hundreds of years. We're here to make very good products. We got people like you that really kind of live the Tennessee Hills day to day, preach the gospel. Appreciate that. Thank you, man.
For sure, man. I'm happy to be a part of this team.
We got to cheers to that.
Cheers, brother.
By the way, guys, we're drinking our Marker II Mexican lager. It's coming to stores this spring in cans, by the way.
We're packaging it soon.
We're going to package it. We made that decision as of today. I'm super excited about it, by the way.
Man.
I read an article this morning, actually sent it out to Jake and Denny. Said, hey, lagers are on the rise as far as craft beer drinkers go, and turns out we got a really good lager here. So this is nice. Howard Mexican lager.
Good beer.
So you can find it on your shelves here, coming very soon this spring. Cam, so give me kind of from your point of view what it's looked like, you know, going from Jonesborough, mom and pop, up until where we're at now, what we're actually physically setting in. Don't hold back. Tell me the nitty gritty, man. Come on, tell our people what we built and how we got here from your point of view.
It's wild, man, to see.
Cheers, by the way. We forgot
cheers, man. To see it come from where
man,
it
I
was.
just got foam everywhere. My bad.
So like I said, I came in on the tail end of it, man, and when it was just the few of you guys, like Lauren especially being a part of that, to see, I've heard stories about you guys dunking your heads in moonshine barrels trying to drink as much as you can before you need to come up for oxygen. I've got a video of the first week I met Steven.
You remember when I set my head on fire in the bar?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. My first week into the business, my first week on the bar, you dipped an army helmet in moonshine, lit it on fire, was walking around the bar. You know? So I was coming in right at the end of that, and not that we didn't have our shit together, but it was like we were fucking around and finding out. Yeah, you guys were figuring out what worked and what didn't, and see that switch over where like now we're opening a brewery, we got that coming. It was a shift, and it's been crazy to watch it happen.
Well, you know, it's from my perspective, you know, it's a hell of a lot more responsibility, especially from the business standpoint of it. You know, going from somebody that truly loves to distill and create a product that people enjoy, but also, you know, everything that comes along with growing a business and hiring people. You know, going into COVID, we literally had 4 people on staff. It was me, Jessica, Lauren, and Bob. Shout out to Bob wherever you're at, man. Bob. We love you. But
he's great.
Bob got us in trouble a couple times. but
nobody can tell a story like that guy, though.
Nobody can tell a story like Bob.
I think he's still doing tours around Jonesborough, which is cool.
Man.
I think he's working for the town, talking about what Jonesborough is, you know. Yeah,
original member of SEAL Team 2, I think. But anyway, so going from 4 employees to, you know, where we're at now, which I think is like 75 plus, something like that. You know, it's a lot of responsibility. And, you know, the pressure was definitely on throughout our growth phase in the last 4 or 5 years. But you guys have definitely held it down for us and really made it, you know, easier, gave us the peace of mind that we needed to really focus on, you know, building out Johnson City, building out this facility, you know, working with distribution companies and really being able to scale the brand.
So I came on around the same time as Jenny and Cass, and I remember one time calling you being like, dude, I never hear from you, and you were like, well, it's because I know you got it. You know, like, man. I know you're doing it. And
well, we had a conversation outside one morning. You remember that conversation, and we were sitting outside. And I knew that moment that you were going to be my guy, and I didn't have to worry about it. And man, I'm so excited. So you went bartender, you went tasting bar, and then I brought you up to Bristol. Made a lot of people, a lot of our customers.
Just streamlined everything you had laid out, man. I made it approachable for people to learn and easy to talk about other people with. You know, this isn't something that you just want to spit like facts. You don't want to just, because even though it's a story, it's got that feeling behind it. And I just helped shape that up. And then you had Jenny, Cass, and Kayla that carried it out throughout those.
Shout out to those guys, man. The dream team, baby. Dude, it's just so awesome. And now we got Bristol up and running. So you're stepping into a new role. You came in, you were our director of experience, which you scaled up kind of what we had going on in Jonesborough. You scaled that up tremendously. You know, we just had our first full year under our belt.
We had a year up here.
Do you believe that?
I can't believe it. The week before we opened, I was laying in bed at night thinking like, crazy thought, is there enough purse hooks on the bar? And did I order enough straw caddies? Like things that I would have never even considered. I'm like stressing about, man. It was
Cody.
It was wild.
How many purse hooks is sufficient per square feet?
Well,
of females in the bar. I don't know.
According to my wife, my wife says that the purse hooks around the bar are advantageously located and are great, but she would love to see purse hooks in the women's restroom. So if she takes her purse in there, that's a major concern.
Where do you put your purse when you're taking a shit, man?
Well, so for those of you who are listening and would like to visit Tennessee Hills, the next time you come, we will have purse hooks in the restrooms, guaranteed. Thank you for bringing that up to management.
Dude. Hey, you don't know until you find out, right?
That's right. Cam, man, I got so many cool stories that you and I and our team have, just adventures that we've been on, man. And I really want to tell our listeners, and like, it's like when you find staff like Cam that just really buy into, you know, what you're doing, who you are, believe in your brand, your products, and your customers. It's something you just can't deny. Like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, damn, I don't want to go to work today, or I got the flu, could possibly have now. But you got to go to work, man, because you know people like you guys are just going all in too, man. And that's what makes Tennessee Hills special. So that's my little rant. So you were the director of customer experience. Mm-hmm. Now you're taking on a new role.
Yep. So we're moving into sales and distribution. You know, we started off here, got the tours running. We got people walking through this facility, seeing literally the entire process, like starting with the grain and finishing with the product in the bottle, which is crazy. It's one of the most efficient and, you know, state-of-the-art facilities I've seen in the nation. You know, I actually traveled around to a few distilleries before we started, and there's not anything that's quite operating like this one. And then taking that now, like, holy shit, we can make enough.
Right.
we can make enough here to get it out there.
Now we got to get it to the masses.
Yeah. And that's what I've experienced so far within that is, like, we exist in the wild now. Most people are used to coming to the distillery. Like, that's where they go to get Tennessee Hills. Right. And, you know, I was doing a tasting the other day, and the one of the workers apologized for how many no's I got told. People walk in, hey, can I give you a taste? And they said no. And I was like, man, for every 40 no's, I'm going to get one yes. And that yes is what we're working for. And even if the people that said no, they at least see my shirt. Yeah. And then when they see it on a bar in a restaurant one day, they're going to be like, man, that's Tennessee Hills.
Well, that could be the 39 people that were drinking $10 bottles of vodka too. You never know what you're going to see out there in the wild, man. Yeah. You know, it could be a liquor store in nowhere Morristown, or it could be, you know, one of the top selling stores here in Johnson City. Yeah. It's different clienteles, man. So, but hey, taking no for an answer is not in our way of thinking. And so that one person that you hook could potentially turn 10 people, and then those 10 people spider a web, and that's how you grow the brand. And that's why it's very important to have somebody like you out in the market. So, you know, I know you're, you know, there's some things to overcome, and it's all about just trying to figure out, you know, how do we propagate the brand in the wild, like you said, and that's our mission in 2026.
Well, I think we just take it and run with it, man. Like, we're building the airplane as we're flying it, and damn, it's in the air.
we got it in the air.
We're up there, you know. Yeah. There's one of these events that we do every year, and one year we were pretty rowdy, so the next year they put us by ourselves. I think it was a punishment. Come
on, say the event. Say the event. Come on.
So Roar and Pour out in Memphis. It's the Memphis Zoo. All the distilleries on the whiskey trail, man, it's a great time. But we raised a little hell the first year we were there. So this next year they tucked us in a corner, and I think they thought that, like, oh, we'll put them over there. They're not in it. Yeah. We just threw a bigger party. we brought a bigger stereo system. We left to go get lunch.
We brought more liquor.
They were laughing at us when we were unloading liquor from the truck. They were like, you really think you're going to sell all that? And when we left, we could carry by hand what we had left over. We moved some liquor, but
that's funny.
We left to go get lunch and came back. Yeah. Nobody at our tent, nobody working it. Yeah. Just music playing, and there were like 40 people out front. It's like,
dude, so
we set the
you
tone.
You gotta tell them. It's okay to tell them. So
I'm nervous what story he's working on a story.
That morning before we went out to do that event, we had mobile IV service.
We did
up to the road.
It's the first time I've ever done that, by the way. So
because you know, we get down there, we like to have a good time, whatever. On the way to the event, we get a mobile IV service. Well, unfortunately, my wife, God bless her heart, she was trying to do us a favor, right? And so she got us the detox IV service. So we're thinking,
regular ones, saline rehydrates you.
Yeah.
The detox is like, I'm going to flush your system of everything.
It's like turpentine or tomato juice or whatever the hell goes in your veins. But in pure lead, because about an hour and a half after that, man, like, we're trying to get ready to go to this event, and we're like, oh shit,
dude,
like, we're sick, we're dragging.
Well, my favorite part about that is we're sitting there in our Airbnb.
Feel like I had AIDS again.
we're sitting there in our Airbnb all hooked up, and while the lady's like providing the service to us, you're like, hey, can you run to the fridge and grab me a beer? You know, like we're trying to rehydrate ourselves. You're like, I might as well just go ahead and get a grill today.
So that day was a journey, man. But yeah, we went and we did our thing. They put us over by ourselves. That was actually
that was
really
the one.
fun time.
We were next to the carousel, man, and it was awesome. We had
that's awesome.
such
I'm
a good
looking
time.
forward to it again this year, guys. We'll be in Memphis this coming April at the Roaring Pour. Look for myself and Cam. Cam's coming, and this year your lady's coming too.
I believe so. Yeah, she's coming with us, so we're gonna raise some hell out there in Memphis.
He's not wifed up yet, but it's coming soon, guys. I'm telling you, she's a good one.
That's right. She's a good one.
She's a real good one.
Lucky to have her.
But so Cam. So what's next, man? What do you think's next in our journey? I could read exactly what's off this page, but I want to hear what you think is next, because the ceiling is only the ceiling, man. So tell us where we're going, baby.
So what I think a lot of people don't understand, man, is they see a new facility like this, and like you said, we just hit our 1 year mark. They see it and they're like, wow, it's brand new. It must work great. And like, man, it's brand new. It didn't work at all. You know, it had never been used before. So this last year has been figuring out how to run that in and out, left and right, and we've got it dialed. So 2026 is all about putting our foot on the gas and opening this thing up, man. We can really make some liquor, you know. I think we were sitting around 3 barrels a week in Jonesborough, and now if we push it, we can do 120 barrels a week here in Bristol.
Yep, absolutely. And we're also doing our brandy project right now, a project that we've done with.
I seen all the juice get delivered not too long ago.
That was our first delivery. We're doing a project with Beatty Farms, Jeter Mountain Farms. Beatty is where we get our grain at. Jeter Mountain Farms out of Hendersonville, North Carolina. We've been doing that project for about 4 years. So we just changed over.
And you're doing an apple brandy with them?
Apple brandy, and we're laying that down in our used bourbon barrels. Our first release will be this fall. Cool. So if you guys like apple brandy, make sure you check that out.
So I'm doing a tasting out at the Apple Festival in Irwin, out there at Nolichucky Wine and Liquor, and I hope we can have that apple brandy out there for that, man.
Boom. Yeah, signed, sealed, and delivered. We're going to do that for sure. Thanks, Cam. Appreciate that. Man, Cam, I'm super excited to have you on. Like you said, we've finally got this facility up and running. Also, this year, I told Jessica the other day that, now that we've kind of got a year under our belt, we got things kind of running pretty smoothly. I'm personally going to put an emphasis back on Jonesborough and Johnson City, so you guys will see my face out down there more this year, because I know these guys up here have this thing wrapped up and on full throttle. Speaking of which, up here, I know for a fact we've got our first event of the year. Outside bar is going to be open 4/18, which is pretty close to 4/20.
You see where we're going.
Grateful Dead tribute band, Shadow of the Moon. April 18th, go ahead and mark your calendars. Ticket sales are going to go live very soon. Am I right, guys? All right.
What a great set, man.
So,
we had 350, 400 people here last year for that.
We had a helicopter land
in the parking lot.
In the parking lot, man. It took out a bunch of cars. And they were mad
there was some damage
over that, but it happens. But, can't control what falls out of the damn sky around here. But anyway, super excited about that. And
especially after Bobby Weir passed, we're gonna throw down for him, man.
Yeah. So Cam, thanks for being on the show. We've got we're moving and we're shaking in the market. So go to your local cocktail bar, go to your local tap house.
Yeah.
Cam is doing a hell of a job already. He's planting a lot of seeds out there.
Yeah,
if you see us on tap, go ahead and give us a try. We really appreciate it, because it's not only supporting Tennessee Hills as a brand, it's supporting people like Cam, it's supporting a lot of folks behind the scene.
Yeah.
And so be on the lookout. Also, find us at Food City.
We are in Food
these
cities.
Packages right here. I don't know if you guys can see them. Is it out of the shot, guys?
We can see it.
Find us. All of our beer and packages out right now. We've got our Tennessee Hills Pills, Rugged IPA, Hawaiian Shirt IPA, Danny's Irish Stout,
Pilsner and Big Honey.
Yep. So check us out, man. We're out in the wild, as Cam likes to call it. We're out in the wild
there.
of Food Cities. And Jalil, what's on your mind, Jalil?
You mentioned the 420 event that we're having.
Yeah.
What about the THC drinks as well?
Oh, snap.
That's a good one.
Wave.
Yeah. So, hey, guys. By the way,
Hey guys.
we partnered with a company called Gold Spectrum. My buddy Zach Green, and we just launched Gold Spectrum THC canned cocktails. They are out as of right now here at Tennessee Hills, Bristol, as well as a lot of shops throughout Northeast Tennessee.
Man, they work.
They 100% work.
Yeah.
I thought about drinking one because of dry January. And I was afraid to touch it. The results came back and
Dude,
we were
they're-
like 10.1%.
Based on the same flavors of our RTDs. So you've got a blackberry sage, lavender lemon, tart cherry, and then the what's that final one?
Dirty Charlotte. Let's see. We got cherry
We'll run
tart.
back.
We got blackberry sage.
Yeah.
Lavender lemon. Peachy ginger. Thank you, Cody.
Running
Thank you.
10 milligrams. Man,
Yeah.
they're doing their job.
And so those are out. That's kind of the next phase of Tennessee Hills is, we're pretty agile as far as what we can do here in Bristol, Tennessee. And so the non-alcoholic category is definitely a booming category right now that, we decided to lean into. And we found a really great partner in Gold Spectrum. So be on the lookout for those guys. If you want to try, come up to Tennessee Hills, Bristol, and give that a try. And by the way, 420, Shadow of the Moon, 4/18, April 18th, come up, man.
gonna
Get
be a
your
good
grilled
time.
cheese sandwich out in the parking lot.
It's gonna be a good
Do
time.
some shopping, and let's break in, the warm season of 2026 the right way.
That's right.
So I hope to see you guys soon. Well, Cam, I've had a really great time, and thank you so much
Yeah,
for
man,
not only
thanks for
being
having
on
me.
this show, man, but thank you for doing what you do day in and day out for Tennessee Hills. I'm super excited, to see where you're going to go personally over the next couple of years as we continue to grow. I think eventually I'm going to have to buy you like a brand new car or something, as much liquor as you're selling. But,
That old pickup's still kicking though, man.
yeah, guys, if you want to see Cam, he's here a couple days a week, but mostly he's going to be out doing liquor store tastings or wherever the hell where he can get his foot in the door. So keep a lookout on our social media pages and see where you can find Cam. Otherwise, if you like the Responsibly Rowdy podcast, make sure you tune in to anywhere you find anywhere you want to find your podcast. Also, our YouTube channel. Tune in there, subscribe. Really appreciate it. This is where you're going to hear pretty much the good and bad about Tennessee Hills and where we're going in the future. So thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, stay responsibly rowdy,
baby.
So responsibly